Hey everybody, how you doing? So, brand new video today. Um, so I'm going to talk to you today about a couple of different things. Starting off with um, the deviation between our world and the spirit world, what spirits are, why they do what they have to do, and why I do what I have to do, and why you are important. So, um, let's start off with our world and the spirit world. So, in our world, there's a set of physical laws. Now, these are all imposed by, like the laws of gravity or the laws of electromagnetism. But it basically what comprises physics, all right? And then just beyond that, there's the realm of the supernatural, where um, physics starts to kind of break down by how we understand it, but it actually makes a whole lot of sense if you look at it from a different angle. So, to start off, our world, right, and the spirit world. The spirit world is comprised of entities known as spirits. There are spirits for just about everything. And in our world, there is everything. And it's kind of like a flip side kind of thing. Um, our actions in the spirit world what creates actions in our world, or actions in our world create spirit world. It's a whole mess of confusion. But what we do know is that things that happen in either side reflect on the other side. Almost like a mirror. Like, so everything you were looking at a different world if you're looking into a mirror, well, it's almost like that. Okay? So now, spirits do not abide by the same physical laws as us. They have four-dimensional laws. So we can't pass through a wall. They can kind of like slide over it, almost. Well, I'll show you in this example. Okay. Here's a house. Or I guess you can call it a house. Okay? Now, if I want to get into the house, there has to be a door. Alright? So there's me in the house. There has to be an opening by which I can pass into the house. Now, this is two-dimensional. In three dimensions, if I was a three-dimensional being, I could hop right over into this house. Okay? But of course, this is two-dimensional. So think about it in the same terms. In three dimensions, we are blocked from entering things that are rigid structures. In four-dimensional sense, you can pass through them, and that's why spirits are able to like pass through walls or pass through people. And those are able to superimpose on people, which is like to call possession, or full control. So that's why certain substances and certain energies can actually block a spirit from entering. So salt, for example, blessed salt, um, acts as a barrier against spirits. It's really complicated, but that's just the best way to describe it. And also things that are considered holy, okay, things that have a lot of positive energy in them, can also block or harm spirits. So now that you know how a spirit works, what a spirit is. Um, think of a spirit as, or just think of spirits in general as a system of government. Okay, starts off with the Grand Poobah, whatever you want to call that, and then it gets broken down. So, okay, you have the president, then you have the different branches of the government as the Grand Poobah, and then you have governors of town or governors of cities. Um, okay. Just think about how it's broken down in a government. You have um, main body government, state government, city and district government, town government, police, like school district. That's kind of how it works with spirits, because they control certain aspects of certain things. So, think of it like a forest, okay? There's one spirit that controls the entire forest. That's almost like the god of the forest. And then there is beings who control every single individual tree, every single lake, every single district, and it goes on. Spirits are not just bound to things that are natural. There are also spirits of cities and, you know, basically everything. So, when a spirit does something that's out of whack or does something that harms the balance of our world and the spirit world, such as taking possession of a person or killing people or doing anything they're not supposed to do, that's where Hunter comes in and has to stop the problem. It doesn't mean kill the spirit or, you know, necessarily having to harm the spirit, but it does mean stepping in and reversing the problem. And if it means detaining the spirit or killing the spirit, that's what they have to do. A hunter's job is basically to monitor the boundary, and that also means humans too. Humans who disturb the balance also have to be dealt with. Same thing with ghosts who are just kind of trapped and making what are essentially ripples in the balance that tend to destroy everything else. So, um, that's kind of what a hunter is. They monitor the balance. Any hunter who just simply hunts spirits because they exist or hunts monsters because they exist, they're not really doing their job. You have to be dealing with a problem, not, you know, just dealing with things that could become a problem. No. So after all this, though, you have to understand why every single action that you do and every single action that everyone does has an intimate reflection, and it really creates a major. It's almost like the butterfly effect. A small action here can create a large action over there, and then a large action over there can create a huge action over here. Every single person has a voice, even though you don't think about it, okay? And, you know, everything we do has a major purpose. And, I don't know. Think about every action you take lightly, especially ones that deal with that side, because they can be very dangerous if you don't take the proper time to consider what you could be doing. So, on that note, if you understanding how the spirit world works helps you understand why hunting is so important. When a spirit kind of like floats to the surface and touches our world, they can move things, they can do whatever they want. And a spirit is usually given abilities to do their job. So a spirit of the forest would be able to control the foliage. And by that meaning, if you see a forest that is killing people, it's oftentimes a spirit of the forest that is going out of whack. And this is why it's good to get to know the spirits that are in the area of where you're hunting, because they will have a code of honor, I guess, but you can figure out who's doing what. And if you know the spirit that is doing these things, then it's much easier to deal with them. Right? Now, nobody gives you the badge to be a hunter, but I'm giving you the badge to be a hunter because there's not enough of them out there. Learn how to hunt and just learn how to survive out there, because I'm telling you, the world is a lot more dangerous than CNN says it's supposed to be. Okay? Alright, so buckle up, guys. It's a wild ride. And yeah, get to know your spirits out there. Alright, I'll talk about that more. The town I'm in right now, like I said, I think I said before, is very spiritually active, and hopefully I can show you lots of cool stuff. Okay? I need to shave. Right. I love you guys. Be safe. Happy hunting. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, leave them in the comments. I'll be glad you did. Okay? And thank you for all the new viewers out there. I hope you enjoy. Alright? Happy hunting, everybody.